Before you go to sleep tonight, I need you to ask yourself something. If nothing in your life changed for the next 5 years, would you honestly be okay with where you are right now? Or would that thought quietly scare you? Most people don't change because they lack potential. They stay the same because they keep waiting. Waiting for motivation, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting until they feel ready. But here's the truth. No one tells you. Motivation fades, discipline stays, and your life is built on what stays. There's a moment in life that changes everything. It's not loud, it doesn't come with a warning. It's quiet, but powerful. It's the moment you realize you've been accepting less than what your life could be. You start to notice things. The repetition, the same routines, the same excuses, the same version of you, day after day. And suddenly, you can't ignore it anymore. That discomfort you feel, that's not weakness, that's awareness. And awareness is where change begins. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself, it's about clarity. Your brain needs a reason, a real reason, something that connects what you do today to the life you want tomorrow. Without that, everything feels pointless. That's why people quit. Not because they're weak, but because deep down, they don't see the path. But when you do, everything changes. The effort starts to make sense. And suddenly, you don't need motivation anymore. Because now, you know why you're moving. You won't always feel like it. Some days, you'll feel tired, distracted, unfocused. And that's exactly where most people lose, because they let their emotions decide. But emotions change. Every hour, every day. If your life is controlled by how you feel, your life will never be stable. Real discipline starts here, doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like doing it. Every small decision you make is shaping who you are becoming. Not the big moments, not the dramatic changes, the small ones, the quiet ones, the ones no one sees, the way you spend your time, the way you respond to discomfort, the way you show up when no one is watching. That's your identity being built in real time. Your life isn't stuck. It's being repeated through small choices. Every single day, what you tolerate, what you avoid, what you delay, it all adds up. And one day, you wake up and realize you didn't choose this life. You just kept choosing the same patterns. So tonight, don't try to change everything. Just choose one thing, one decision, one action, one promise to yourself that you will keep, because your future is not built in one moment. It's built in what you repeat, again and again and again. So breathe slowly and ask yourself one more time, what in your life is worth your discipline? And before you leave this moment, there's something else you need to understand. Real change doesn't happen when you feel ready. It happens when you stop negotiating with yourself. Because most of the time, you already know what you should be doing. You just don't do it consistently. Not because you can't, but because you've made it acceptable not to. You've made it normal to delay, normal to avoid, normal to try again later. But later becomes days. Days become months, and months quietly become years. And nothing really changes. Not because you lack ability, but because you lack consistency. And consistency is not built in big moments, it's built in the small ones, the ones that feel insignificant, the ones that are easy to skip, the ones no one would even notice if you ignored. But those are the moments that matter most, because they are the moments that define who you are becoming. Not what you say, not what you plan, but what you repeat every single day. And the truth is, you don't need to do more. You need to do less, Gaia, but better, more intentionally, more consciously, more consistently. Because the person you want to become is not created through intensity. It's created through repetition, calm repetition, focused repetition, honest repetition, doing the same things, even when they feel boring, even when they feel slow, even when you feel like it's not working. Because that is where most people stop. They stop when they don't see immediate results. They stop when progress feels invisible. They stop when it stops being exciting. But real growth is quiet. It's subtle. It happens beneath the surface. And by the time you notice it, everything is already different. So if you feel like nothing is changing, look closer, because something is. Every time you choose to show up, something is changing. Every time you follow through, something is changing. Every time you resist going back to old patterns, something is changing, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. So don't underestimate small progress. Don't ignore small wins. Don't dismiss small efforts, because they are the foundation of everything. And one day, without even realizing when it happened, you'll look at your life and it will feel different. Not because of one big decision, but because of everything you chose again and again and again. So tonight, don't focus on becoming perfect. Don't focus on doing everything right. Just focus on not giving up on yourself, even in small ways, even in quiet ways, because that is where everything begins, and that is what will carry you forward. And maybe the reason this feels difficult is not because you are incapable, but because you are not used to trusting yourself yet. Because for a long time, you've been breaking small promises to yourself. You say you will start, and you don't. You say you will change, and you delay. You say this time will be different, and somehow it isn't. And over time, and without even realizing it, you start believing something dangerous. You start believing that you can't rely on yourself. And that belief silently affects everything. Your decisions, your confidence, your willingness to try again. Because deep down, you're not afraid of failure. You're afraid of repeating the same cycle again and again and again. But here's what you need to understand. That cycle is not who you are. It's just what you've been repeating. And anything that is repeated can be changed, not instantly, not perfectly, but gradually, through awareness, through intention, through consistency. And it starts with something simple, keeping one promise, just one, not 10, not everything at once, just one thing that you decide you will follow through on, no matter how small it seems. Because the moment you keep that promise, something shifts. You begin to rebuild trust, not in a dramatic way, but quietly. And that quiet shift is powerful, because once you start trusting yourself again, you stop needing external motivation. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You stop depending on how you feel, and you start moving, because you know you will follow through. And that changes everything, because now you are no longer trying. You are becoming someone who shows up, becoming someone who follows through, becoming someone who moves forward, even in silence, even without recognition, even without immediate results. And that version of you already exists. It's not something you need to create. It's something you need to uncover, layer by layer, choice by choice, moment by moment. So if right now you feel stuck or lost or unsure of what to do next, don't look for something big. Don't wait for clarity to suddenly appear. Just take one step, one small step, in the direction you know is right. And then another, and then another. Not perfectly, not flawlessly, but consistently, because progress is not about speed, it's about direction. And as long as you are moving, even slowly, you are already ahead of where you used to be. So don't underestimate that, don't rush it, don't compare it, just continue. Because everything you are looking for is built in what you repeat, again and again and again. So tonight, let go of the pressure, let go of the need to have everything figured out. Let go of the idea that you need to be perfect, and instead focus on something simpler. Be present, be aware, and be honest with yourself. Because the moment you become honest about where you are and where you want to go, you create clarity, and clarity creates direction, and direction creates momentum, and momentum changes everything. So take a breath, slowly, and allow yourself to reset. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Because this moment is enough to begin. And maybe that's all you've been waiting for.